Hey guys, what is up? Happy Thursday. So, just a couple of announcements before I get into the Ask Laurel thread. Now, a little reminder, if you are completely stuck and you don't know which module you should be watching, you don't know where in the program you should go, make sure that you are actually using the Ask Laurel thread every single week. There's no reason that anyone should stay stuck inside this program, and that is why I have the Ask Laurel thread every single week so that you guys can get moving. Do not stay stuck. I keep seeing people saying, well, I've been stuck for months and I've been stuck for weeks. There's absolutely no reason for that, okay? So make sure that you're using the Ask Laurel thread. Make sure you're watching the replays also from any workshops, okay? So, like for instance, today we have the workshop with Onic. And so lots of cool stuff here. But make sure every single week, one of the most important things that I need for you guys to do is to check the featured section. Okay. This is where we have all of the announcements and any information that you actually need to know. As a matter of fact, I just started this last week, posting this with all of the stuff in case you missed it, right? And so I'm going to start doing these every single week, but it's always going to be inside the featured section. So make sure that you're checking the featured section of the Facebook group because we are trying to make this as easy as possible. Here's one of the replays from the last workshop. There's a 3-day blitz coming up. All of the rules and everything that you need to know, including the Ask Laurel thread, and also the replay from the last Ask Laurel as well. So anyway, hopefully you guys are starting to kind of just understand how the program works, where to find everything. Anything that I need you to know is going to be here inside the featured section, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go into the Ask Laurel thread. Make sure that you are actually reading the rules. We've had to delete a couple of questions this week that violated one of the rules that was clearly laid out. So make sure that you know how to get your power offer looked at. Make sure you read the rules on how many questions you could ask. The answer to that is only one, and that is to ensure that you guys actually do the thing that you're asking about. Because one of the things that I found, especially from consulting so many of you guys over the last several years, is if more than one question is asked at a time, I will give out a laundry list of things to do and nothing gets done. And so that's why and this is a rule that I implement even with my higher level students, is like, hey, you get one question a day for that exact same reason. So deadline to submit Wednesday at 5:00 Central Standard Time. And then I answer them live here on Thursday. There's no set time for this, but just make sure before you post that you're just kind of glancing at the rules. So let's go ahead and I'm going to order these all comments and go from submitted to last submitted. Jeff says, thanks for answering my question last week. Well, Jeff, you are very welcome. My main business is a brick and mortar bakery type of business. When searching the Facebook group, I saw you answered a question that you update the power content quarterly. My question is, how do you update the content? In the brick and mortar workshop, you shared the 3 power content scripts to use. Do you just re-record them with a slightly different angle, or do you go into different topics? Thanks again. This is an excellent question. So the way that I update them is we just give them a new update, right? Kind of like a new wrapper. And so usually every quarter, there's something new that's happening. Maybe there's a new offer. But that's what we do, is we just literally just give them I like to say we like to change the wrapping paper. So we'll just give it a change of scenery. Maybe we'll switch it up over who's doing the video. Just give them a fresh look so that when people are seeing the stuff in the newsfeed, they're not like seeing, oh, that again, right? So they are seeing that there's new traction going on. But yeah, that's basically all we do. We don't overcomplicate it. We just maybe sometimes shoot the exact same video just in a new location. Let's see, I've worked with a variety of businesses in the past as an agency freelancer. Your approach, if I understood correctly, focuses on calling out an ideal prospect. Would focusing on local ads with multiple interests work? Examples, saloons, dentists, gyms, and restaurants, or should I focus on a specific niche, gym owners only? My focus is a few quick wins. If you're looking for a quick win, the quickest win would be actually working with a very specific group of people. Whenever I first started, I focused on pizza parlors, and it's just easier to get quick wins. And then as you start to kind of get results for one type of of audience, you're going to start to be able to broaden that out a little bit. But in my opinion, focusing on a very specific niche in the beginning gets the quickest win. And that's just from what I've seen. Let's see, Steven says, how do I see my own Facebook Reels ad once I posted them? For context, I create a reel instead of an existing post. I can only see the preview. So I'll actually show you how I do this. So if I go into my ad account and I have my, my reverse organic strategy that I teach you guys here in this program going at $1 a day here. So if you select here and go to the ad level, right? So what I would do is I hit preview. And I only run my reels on Instagram, but it's the same process. You would see Instagram posts with comments. For Facebook, you would see Facebook posts with comments, and you hit that, and it will take you directly to that post so that you could actually see the comments. You can also do business suite. I know, I believe Tina and Dan answered that question for you. You could use Meta Suite, but that's the way that I just showed you right there. That is the way that I do it. I hit preview and go to Instagram post with comments, and it takes me directly to this post where I can actually see my comments. Let's see, Ansh says, hey Laurel, what common themes have you noticed in your ad copy for static image value bombs? I do not understand this question. This is an example of not giving me enough context. Like I don't know what you mean. What common themes have you noticed in your ad copy? I'm not sure what you're asking me there. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Please answer my question. I just watched the module. So make sure you put your questions here. You don't have to put them on a Google Doc. Just put them in here. It's easier. I just watched the module on the organic foundations, and I'm a bit stuck on creating my framework for 15 pieces of content. I've been creating content on my profile, but not getting leads. Please review my profile. So we'll do the 5-second test that I teach in the organic. So can we figure out what she does within 5 seconds? So I'm going to go here. Let's see, within 5 seconds, 1, 2, 3. Well, first of all, you don't have anything in your cover photo. That's a missed opportunity. Oh, she wants to be my friend. I will confirm. There we go. Now we friends. Let's see. So if you fill out your actual profile, let's go see. There's not a lot here, right? You don't have a cover photo. This doesn't really tell me much. So if you go to mine, right, if we go to Laurel, you can see here, I've got my mug, Laurel Portie, social media strategist. You can see here, intro, I run the best $7 ads program for high ticket coaches. And my pinned post is a client testimonial. And if you just kind of scroll through my content, you can kind of see like what I do, right? Within help, I'm helping a client with ad copy. And I have some fun stuff too. But this is the main thing, right? Is being able to automatically know within 5 seconds how a person can get help from you. And if I go to your, oh, let me go back here. If we go here, I don't know within 5 seconds how you can help me. There's no a meta ad strategist. I guess you do ads. Definitely more videos. There's just a lot of like kind of selfie type stuff. Like so many people, I'll give you a tip. So many people are so skeptical about, you know, being Facebook ad strategists and stuff like that. Because people are like, how do we know that, you know, she didn't just go copy this from someone else's post? Doing more over the shoulder stuff like what I do will definitely get you a lot. It'll definitely get you a lot more traction. Let's see. Hey Laurel, I just finished watching the brick and mortar workshop on creating power content, and I want to clarify a few things. I've already spent a lot of time creating 3 to 4 minute power content videos that are currently running as ads. Now I'm realizing that as a brick and mortar business, I may not have needed to create those. However, I think they're great scripts. Yeah, absolutely. No, brick and mortar does well with power content. Are you advising me to recreate 3 of my power content ads using the brick and mortar scripts and tie one of those videos with the conversion multipliers? Or should I stick with the 3 to 4 minute power videos I already have, choose one to run ads on, and pair it with my value bomb? Given my $300 budget, I know you've recommended running one power content video along with, I have already a value bomb created as well. How should I move forward? Yeah, I would literally do exactly what you said here. If your 3 to 4 minute power content is getting traction, I would keep it on. If you feel like recreating those videos, you can, and test them against each other, right? $300 is plenty for a local brick and mortar. I'm not really sure what brick and mortar business you have, or what type of value bomb, so I'm not sure. But yeah, if you have one piece of power content running in a value bomb that's bringing in conversations with ideal customers, I think that is more than enough to take care of that $300 budget. Me personally, if I only had $300 to spend and I had to pick a script just so that like I could kind of tell you what I would do, I would probably have a value bomb for some type of coupon or something to get me in touch with customers, right? Like if I'm a restaurant owner, right, and I'm giving away BOGO coupons for appetizers, and you know, I'm giving them out personally to people, inviting people personally to my restaurant, the likelihood that they're going to show up is probably really good, right? They'll be like, wow, the restaurant owner actually gave me this coupon. I'm going to go, you know, hit them up. Right. People love doing business with business. So I would definitely do that. And then I would do probably the Gap Power content framework. Probably that's my favorite one for brick and mortar. Let's see. Krupa says, to provide some context, I run a marketing agency focused on home improvement businesses, and I'm currently creating 15 pieces of content. Additionally, as advised, I need to engage daily with Facebook group posts. However, I'm facing a challenge. There are no questions being posted in the group. Members mostly share their services and offer free estimates. How could I provide value in the situation? I've tried comments like, looks like a solid service. After sending out estimates, do most clients follow up quickly, negotiate on price, or need more clarification on the project details? Which one tends to slow things down? Do you have a suggestion on how I can secure my first client? I'm looking for a quick win. Yeah. So I would go and friend all of the people in this Facebook group. I'm not sure if this is, it doesn't really say, is this your Facebook group, or is this public Facebook groups that you're joining where these people are congregating? But I would definitely add as many of them as friends as possible, and I would literally put out content every single day that's literally talking about some of the questions that are problems that some of these are facing. I would actually tackle stuff that might not necessarily be specifically like necessarily like what you do, but you're a marketing agency focused on home improvement businesses. So I would literally friend all of these people and go through your 15 pieces of content every single day on repeat. So I would do the 15 pieces of content, and then on day 16, I would start with content number 1 again, right? Because as you're going to add more people, you're going to get more exposure for your content. So that's exactly what I would do. Let's see. Eric says, I've purchased ad coaching for 7 and also the 90-day video marketing program. Well, thank you. And so he's talking about the 90-day video marketing system right here for those of you guys who are wondering. He says, I'm not sure which to go through first or both at the same time. Oh, this is a really great question. And I'm going to give you guys a little inside baseball. I am actually about to update the 90-day program since I've updated the $7 program. So Eric, I am going to tell you that I suggest that you go through the phase 1 portion of the $7 program, because the 90-day program literally just gives you a day-by-day play of executing phase 1. But like I said, I am about to start updating the 90-day program, which I'm super excited about. So for those of you guys who've bought the 90-day program in the past, you are going to get an all new program. Nothing has been outdated or anything like that. I just like to give it a fresh new look. I know conversion multipliers weren't included in the original 90-day video marketing system, and so I want to make sure that we're putting in the conversion multipliers. But other than that, it takes you from day 1 all the way to day 90 of executing videos organically and then transitions you into turning those pieces of content into ads. So if you haven't started the 90-day video marketing program yet, I would suggest going through phase 1 of the $7 program and then make the transition into the 90-day because it'll make more sense. William says, hey Laurel, I'm still optimizing my first content flywheel with one power content performing really well, along with a conversion multiplier that is the value bomb for that power content. That being said, I have a quick question for you about creating custom audiences. In the future, in your ecosystem, will there be any use for custom audiences that are less than 365 days durations? For example, 7, 30, 90 days audience. I just want to prepare them in advance just in case. I absolutely, because once you have a lot of volume, I, like in my warm stack, only include 90-day engagement versus 365, just because they're much hotter. But yeah, so there are uses, especially if you want to start sequencing out videos. But these are plays for when you have tons and tons of volume. So I would go ahead and set them up and just kind of, you can watch as they actually fill up. This was actually a really great question, William. Let's see. Joe says, I've been staying stuck, so here's my first post for help. I'm struggling with content from my brick and mortar businesses. I made the mistake of thinking 90 days to data, meaning I couldn't ask for help, but thanks to Laurel. Yeah, no, y'all don't have to wait 90 days for to ask questions. Y'all could ask a question every single week, and I hope that you guys do. So 2 businesses. So since that's going to count as 2 questions, I'm going to only answer 1 to be fair to everybody. So I'm gonna answer the question about the botanical in Fremont, Seattle, which, by the way, shout out to the troll underneath the bridge in Fremont. I used to live in Seattle. I used to work at the CBS station up there. So business number 1, botanical in Fremont, Seattle, a tasting room, wine, and plant shop. We have super irregular hours and looking to book more venue rentals rather than have more of the regular retail model. We did really well with hosting So Far Sounds concert this summer. We would like to increase traffic to the days we are open, but because we're not regularly open, we've been stuck on how to market this. Our average customer spend is not too high compared to former career of life coaching, so I'm intrigued by the $5 ads. It's a very small space, but we have an outdoor garden that is wonderful when it's not rainy or cold. Awesome. So content. I'm having a hard time defining the gap for botanical, the tasting room. People like that we are small and hidden, almost like a speakeasy. Ooh, I like that. I loved the speakeasies in Seattle, like Bathtub at Jen, one of my favorite ones. We are disability and minority owned. Awesome. Now, you don't have to say that, but you can show that, right? We actually only carry beverages from makers that have spoken to us and we've gotten to know so we can tell their story. So we're a weird hybrid between an event space to rent for smaller crowds, tasting room, wine tasting experience. The plant sales have been dying down since COVID is not wanting to push that. I like this though, right? I like this. There's a couple of things here that absolutely can fit into the whole gap thing, right? I love telling the story about, Grace. She's the one that I placed her ads in the actual brick and mortar content section. And, she's a nurse who runs a permanent jewelry company in Georgia. And nurses were actually going to her shop just because she told her brand story about herself being a nurse. And so there's a lot of opportunity here. So let's take a look at this. The only types of content I could think of for botanical: a tour behind the scenes of the tasting room and garden. Yes, do this. Showing people how to get to us. We're down a set of steps and hidden. Yes, I even love this. One of the hidden. You could even have the angle of one of Fremont's most hidden gems or something like that. Brand story: my husband is disabled and I had bone cancer that was mixed diagnosed, so his love was beer before we discovered wine through our business. Oh my God, this is great. Do all of these. I would literally throw $5 on all of these, honestly. Actually, you don't even have to throw $5 a day. Here's the thing. Fremont is not very small, but people will come from downtown for stuff like this. Because I used to ride my bike down the Fremont from Belltown all the time. I think you could split $2.50 on one ad and $2.50 on another. You could also spend $1 a day on each of those ads, but I would literally do all of these because these are all really, really good, Joe. I would literally do these. Yeah, this was Joe. I wanted to make sure. But yeah, all great. These are really great examples. But I'm not sure if the content should be more point of view, we found Promise of Value. We found a hidden speakeasy wine that hosts cool music events. If the point is to book more events, no, you could, because here's the thing, right? We you could literally put this as, do you want to have your event at one of Fremont's most hidden gems? You could take that approach too. So many good. I wish I still lived in Seattle to help you shoot these videos, because I would have a field day with this. But anyway, I hope that answered the question. I know there was multiple questions in here, but I want to be fair that only one question per member. And I know that you've been staying stuck, and so I didn't want to. I just wanted to purposefully make sure that everyone understands only one question, but I didn't want to leave you hanging there, because there was some good stuff in here that I think a lot of people could get value from. I love helping brick and mortar businesses. So hopefully that was helpful, Joe. And next week, just submit this other one, and I will be more than happy to talk you through. But I think I've given you a lot of things to do this week while you can prepare the next week's question. So. But anyway, I'm gonna head out. We've got the Onic event coming up here in the next hour or so, and I will see you guys there.